Hi, I'm Dr. Jennifer Taylor.
And I'm Dr. Christy Porterfield, and we're with HealthWorks, a family wellness center in Plano, Texas. And we would like to talk to you about a tool that we love because it helps to measure how well your body is adapting to stressors in the environment. And that is a really good indicator of how healthy you are and how adaptable and healthy you can be in the future. And this is called a heart rate variability test, or HRV test.
Yeah, many of our patients call it the stress test. You know, they go in and they're like, oh man, I'm so stressed. But we put you in an environment just before this test that with low light, you know,
Try and get you as relaxed as possible.
Exactly. So, and this is really important because you're coming off the highway, just coming into your appointment, and you're going to get this test done, and this gives us a really good glimpse at how well your body is able to go from a stressful situation into a calm situation. So it's very important to be able to do that, to adapt, just like you said.
To adapt.
All right, so here is an example of a heart rate variability test, and what we do is we test your heart rate over a period of 6 minutes. And so here's the chart here, and in this particular scan, you see where that white dot is right there? That is where that person landed on this scale. Now at the very bottom, you'll notice there are two words, sympathetic and parasympathetic, and this chart is centered right down the middle, so it's cut right down the middle there. So this side over here is sympathetic, and this side over here is parasympathetic. Now what do those even mean?
Would you like me to?
Okay. Please explain.
So the sympathetic part of your nervous system is what you would typically think of as being stressed out. So sometimes it's referred to as the fight or flight part of the nervous system, but it's actually important and not in and of itself bad. It's the part of the nervous system that also gets you up and going when you need to, and it is responsible for any sort of up and out sort of movement. Now, the parasympathetic part is sometimes referred to as your feed and breed. So you really go into that part of your nervous system when you're calming down, when you're digesting your food, when you're doing other biological processes like that.
Sleeping.
Is
a big part of that side.
And so it's not that this part is bad and this part is good. It's that you need a balance between the two to do all the different functions in your life. And so typically what we see on a scan like this is that people will get stuck over here in the sympathetic part. They're stuck in that fight or flight part of the nervous system.
Everybody's heard of that.
Everybody's heard of that. And so instead of ever being able to calm down and come down and do those biological processes like digestion and sleeping, you're stuck over here so that those things don't work as well when they need to. And that is the problem.
So ideally where you want to be on this particular scan is within the green box and on or as close to that line as possible, because when you're on that line, there's a good balance between these two. So when you're in a situation where you need to get up and going or slam on those brakes when somebody slams on theirs in front of yours, or when you need to sleep, you need to digest your food, procreation's part of this as well. You'll be able to balance those two, and you're able to use them as needed when needed during the adaptability.
Yeah, absolutely. And then this scale here is all about your ability to take on new situations and adapt it within those. And so not only are you not stuck here or here, but you have a lot of adaptability to whatever situation comes at you when you're further up the scale this way. And in fact, it's really interesting. When we did some training on this, what they told us was that people that come way up here at the very, very top are people who have really specialized training, like a Navy SEAL. So if you come up way in the top of the green box, I mean, that's like Olympic athletes, people who have really, really trained their body.
Those that don't crack under pressure.
Don't crack under pressure, absolutely. But the rest of us, we're just good to be somewhere inside of this green box.
So as far as the HRV is concerned, this is one of the tools that we love to have here. It is so important because it gives us an idea of how well you're able to heal. And for those of you that aren't a part of our practice at this time, this actually helps us determine the best, most appropriate course of action for your care, because it gives us that valuable information so we can tell you, how long is your care going to take, even how much it's going to cost, because we're able to get this information exactly, precisely to what you need.
So if you're wondering how well your body is adapting, if you might be stuck in that stressed state in your body, this is a test that's really applicable for you. And so we invite you into the office to have this test and see exactly where you're at. And you might gain a lot of good information and some tools that could help you to function better in your life.